When Ava and Austin were first born, my mom, she would say the funniest things. She'd be like, tell us about when you came down here and what made you choose to pick, Tuan as your mom. Did you miss her and you were so glad to be down here with her in this realm? And she it was funny because she was like speaking on their behalf, as kids, because when they first born, they couldn't quite talk yet. And I was reading this book called Memories of Heaven by Dr. Wayne Dyer and Dee Garnes, and these kids give these recollections of what they remember of heaven before they came into being born on this planet in human form. And a lot of them would talk about God and how nice he was and how they were up in the clouds in the heavens and what they remember in their conversation with angels, or some of them can see like angels or spirits, before they start forgetting it, probably after they turn 3 or 4. And it was so good. Like, it was so enlightening. It was such a wonderful read. One kid, he goes, Mommy, did you know that the universe is in your heart? All you have to do is look in and look at it and feel it. It's right in front of you, not behind you. And I always felt that to be true. We're all connected. We're all one. And we all have spirit within us. We all have the divine within us. Whoa. We're all connected by the divine spirit. And we all have God within us. The multiverse. We're all connected in that way. I guess that would be our soul, so to speak. And it was so neat to hear this kid say this, And I was thinking, there's one story where the daughter was criticizing the dad, Dr. Wayne Dyer, and all his shortcomings. And he goes, well, you picked me and your mom to be your parents, so you take responsibility for your decision. And she puts her hands on her hips. She goes, well, I must have been in a hurry. And I was reading that part. It was so funny how she was just like, why did I pick him to be my dad, And there's things about him that's so imperfect and so full of flaws, and he drives me crazy or something. And so I think, think of it that way. Like, what if you picked your parents for whatever reason to help you with your soul's expansion, for your growth, for your particular experience on this planet? And I'm so good about blaming my parents and talking about like their shortcomings and why I'm flawed. It's because I picked up, characteristics of my parents. But what if everything was on purpose, everything was divine, and it's no accident that I chose my parents, or that if I didn't even choose my parents, there's no accident that I reincarnate into this human form with my parents as my parents. And so much of my experience is affected by how they raised me and the environment I grew up in, and the values and the stories my mom instilled within me. And, it shaped so much of my experience as a child and growing up. And so it makes you think, doesn't it? Why would you choose a certain experience? What did you come here to experience and learn? How do you choose to create the experience to be for your kids? And if you saw them as spiritual masters and you saw them as people that you can learn from, not just as your equal, how would your conversations and interactions with your kids change? Like me and my sister, we joke around a lot that we teach our parents a lot, and we counsel them through their marriage and their limiting beliefs and such. And Wayne put it in such interesting perspective. He said, what if you saw your kids as spiritual teachers for you, and not necessarily as equals, or for you to teach them something, but for them to teach you something? Very intriguing, huh? And so then I wouldn't abscond my responsibility as the teacher for my parents. I would share with them everything I've learned, and I would empower them to live their most powerful life. and I would stop blaming them for any of their flaws and shortcomings. It's definitely a different take. So I highly encourage you to try it on for size. If you haven't already, if you don't know a lot about reincarnation, or if you want to hear some very entertaining stories, I highly recommend you pick up a book called Memories of Heaven by Dr. Wayne Dyer and Dee Garnes. It's published by Hay House, and it's a really good read. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it was very entertaining and very enlightening and very profound. I'm off to see this movie called Cloud Atlas. I have no idea what it's about, but it was referenced in the book, so I was curious what the movie was about. And that's my challenge to you, to see your life as one with purpose, especially with your interactions with your parents and your kids. And think about how you'd like to live it and what kind of experience you are creating for yourself and your kids and your parents. And the universe exists within you, and you don't have to look very far to access it, which I've learned time and time and time and time again. It could not be more true. Sending you love, light, and profound clarity and imagination for your soul's expansion and growth. And if you don't already have a life coach and you're looking to live a deeply meaningful, profoundly fulfilling, infinitely powerful life, that is what having a life coach in your life does for you. That's how you get access to it. So if you're ready, you're at that point in your life where you are so ready to live a deeply fulfilling, meaningful life, reach out to me. Check out my YouTube channel. Check out my website. Check out my older episodes of videos I post on Facebook, and see if I resonate with you. We can have a free session together, see if we're a good match for one another, and let's see if you're ready for a life coach. Sending, and here's to you living a soul elevated life, and I will see you tomorrow.